He lied to get into the Marines. He wasn't even old enough to shave. And at just 17 years old, he threw himself on 2 live grenades, to save the lives of men he had only just met. This is the unbelievable true story of Jacklyn Lucas, the teenage shield of Iwo Jima. A forgotten hero who lived the rest of his life with the scars of sacrifice. Born in 1928 in Plymouth, North Carolina, Jack Lucas was an athlete, a fighter, and fiercely patriotic. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, Jack wasn't content to wait. He was only 14, but he was determined to serve. He forged his mother's signature, altered his school records, and joined the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve. At just 14 years old, Jack Lucas became the youngest Marine in World War II. At boot camp, he was a force of nature, tougher and more determined than many recruits twice his age. But eventually, his secret came out. The Corps discovered he was too young and reassigned him to truck driving duty in Hawaii. But Jack hadn't joined the Marines to haul boxes. He deserted his unit, stowed away on a transport ship, and smuggled himself into the 5th Marine Division, the one heading to the front lines of Iwo Jima. On February 19, 1945, Jack landed on the volcanic sands of Iwo Jima with his fire team. It was chaos, gunfire raining down, explosions everywhere. While advancing through a trench, a Japanese soldier threw 2 grenades into the group. Jack didn't hesitate. He dove onto both grenades, shielding his team from the blast. One grenade exploded beneath him, shredding his body with shrapnel. The other grenade didn't detonate. Jack's team thought he was dead. But somehow, he survived. Barely conscious, he was evacuated from the battlefield. He underwent 26 surgeries. Over 200 pieces of metal were left in his body, for the rest of his life. Just 3 months later, President Harry Truman awarded Jack the Medal of Honor. At 17, he became the youngest Marine ever to receive the honor. And one of the youngest in U.S. history. Jack never bragged about it. When asked, he simply said, "I did what anyone should have done." After the war, Jack returned home, started a family, and even joined the U.S. Army years later just for the challenge. He became a paratrooper at 33, and on one training jump, both of his parachutes failed. He survived that too. Jack Lucas was larger than life, tough, humble, and loyal to the end. He rarely talked about his heroism, instead focusing on helping others, mentoring veterans, and sharing his story with students. He lived quietly in Mississippi and passed away in 2008 at the age of 80. His body still carried the scars of Iwo Jima, more than 200 fragments of shrapnel and a lifetime of pain. But he never regretted what he did. Jack Lucas didn't fight for glory. He fought for the men beside him. He shielded lives with his own body, at 17. He should be remembered as a Marine, a hero, and a brother. This was Jacklyn Lucas, the teenage shield of Iwo Jima. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more stories of the forgotten heroes who changed history.